What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. My next story, I wanted to get into this Damien McDaniel situation because this is completely wild. This is something that you think you would see in a movie, not, in real life. 22 years old, 14 murders in 14 months. That's just not the headline. That's, real lives, real families, real pain. And I'm not here to break down every single crime or, bring up every story, but I'm just trying to figure out, how does this guy at 22 years old become such a hardened killer? It's just amazing. Let's check out the news story and find out a little bit more on what happened.
First developing news in the case of a Birmingham firefighter who died after being shot on the job. The main suspect in the 5 Point South mass shooting, now facing charges in the death of Jordan Melton. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Brittany Decker. We have team coverage for you tonight. Magda Lusant is standing by at the fire station where Melton was shot.
But first, let's check in with WVTM 13's Lisa Crane, live and local outside the police department. Officers announced multiple new charges for McDaniel today. Lisa.
That's right. The man police believe is responsible for 2 mass shootings and multiple deaths, now accused in several other cases. At a press conference today, authorities announced Damien McDaniel is charged with the murders of Mia Nixon, who was gunned down in front of her home, Anthony Love Jr., he was shot and killed at a UPS facility where he worked, and Jordan Melton, one of 2 Birmingham firefighters who was shot at Fire Station 9 in Norwood in the summer of 2023. That murder has gone unsolved for 19 months.
While some of these investigations may require more time, rest assured that we are tirelessly working every day towards bringing perpetrators to justice with efficiency and meticulous work carried out by our homicide detectives.
Now, since the tragic shooting there at Fire Station 9, the department has adjusted its safety plans to make sure firefighters feel safe at work. WVTM 13's Magdala Lusant is live right now outside the fire station in Norwood to tell us all about those changes. Magdala?
So, Lisa, Chief Moon tells me when he took his position in 2020, they added cameras to all of the fire stations. But when Sergeant Jones and Jordan Melton were shot here at Fire Station 9, they knew there was more work to be done. On January 12th, Birmingham police say that Damien McDaniel walked into Fire Station 9 that morning and shot at firefighters Jordan Melton and Sergeant Jamal Jones multiple times. That day, authorities say the fire station was open to the public should anyone need help. Well, shortly after that shooting, Chief Moon said they closed the fire station down for a few months to allow employees to seek counseling. In between that time, he says they worked on expanding their safety plan and giving some first responders the option to come back to their post at Fire Station 9. He said most of them came back, but there are others who did not.
We've added additional security cameras. We added door access control. We updated our station security policy. So we wanted to make sure that we were doing everything that we could. And we're still working to add some additional security measures with BPD and the help of the mayor's office. So it's constantly evolving. We're constantly trying to do more.
There was a third person in the fire station that day. That hero has not been named at all during this time, but he was on site to get more help for Sergeant Jamal Jones and Melton. Moon tells me Jones is doing well, but still has some recovery to go through. Moon gave Jones an update on McDaniel today, and he said that he was happy to hear that charges have been filed. So the fire department aren't the only ones in our community who are connected to this recent news with Damien McDaniel, and there are other family members across Birmingham who are dealing with this and still processing this. But Chief Moon does have a message to those family members, and you'll hear that at 6. We're live in Birmingham. I'm Magdala Lusant, WVTM 13.
Magdala, thank you. And as we've mentioned, McDaniel now charged in 14 murders, a string of shootings taking place over a year. Police say it started on July 12, 2023, when Jordan Melton and Jamal Jones were gunned down as they worked at that fire station in Norwood. On January 10, 2024, McDaniel is now charged with killing Mia Nixon, I should say. The 21-year-old was shot and killed in front of her home in Crestwood. And in April, he's accused of targeting Anthony Love Jr., a UPS driver shot and killed as he walked to his car after work. On July 13, 2024, the first of 2 mass shootings McDaniel is accused of at an event center in North Birmingham. 4 people died there, 10 others were hurt. He's also charged with killing DeAntronette Brown inside a club on 9th Street North. That was September 19th. And then just 2 days later, McDaniel is accused of opening fire in the 5 Points neighborhood as people stood in line outside a lounge. In that incident, 4 people died, 17 others were hurt. Now, in a statement, McDaniel's lawyer says they are ready to move forward with their defense in all of these cases, saying, quote, "We were aware there was further investigations going on that were separate from the pending cases, so we are not too surprised by the additional charges. The defense team will not be deterred from providing our client with a vigorous defense that our system of justice demands." Now, I spoke with the mother of the firefighter McDaniel is accused of killing, Rochelle Gaston Malone. She told me just before he died that her son, Jordan Melton, told her he felt called by God to help mentor young people who might be headed down the wrong path, and she is continuing his wish to do that. She has launched an annual event in her son's honor aimed at combating gun violence. The second annual Jordan E. Melton Safety Summit. It's going to take place this Friday at the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. Brittany?
Now, you can see him walking in the court. He appears as if he is unfazed by everything that's going on. You know, he was not a born killer, and I'm just trying to figure out what was the circumstances that made him just basically live his life like, you know, it was a GTA game. He got in so deep that he couldn't, you know, he couldn't see a way out. Once he committed the first 4 or 5 murders, you know, at that point, it seems like he was just, like I said, living like he was in a video game. And I know that he made his choices. You know, he got to deal with the consequences of what he did. But these streets are really turning our kids into real life Damiens, you know, pun intended, because this is somebody that you would not want to run into outside of anywhere. He was actually accused of committing 2 mass shootings
that left 11 people dead.
Can you believe there's a murder for every month? 14 months, 14 murders, 2 mass shootings, 11 fatalities. Like, this is just sad. Prayers go out to the families of the victims in this situation. I don't know how you can actually receive justice in a situation like this. The death penalty, of course, is going to be on the table, but the tragedies that he left behind him, you know, the lives that he has affected for generations to come. Just a sad situation. Established Rich, I'll be back with another one. Peace.